Hello everybody, welcome back. I'm MrRedClaw. Welcome back to some more F1 24 My Team career, this time for the Chinese Grand Prix. So let's get right into qualifying and let's see how well we do in round 2.
Now here's something we haven't said for a little while. Welcome along to qualifying in China. After a few years' absence from the calendar, it is great to be back here. But just who is going to put their car on pole?
So here I am out for my flying lap around the Chinese Grand Prix. Now I actually quite enjoy this track. It is quite fun. Sector 1 of course being very technical, Sector 2 being very flowing, then Sector 3 of course just being a very good spot to overtake. Now you might have noticed, if you've played the F1 24 game or just watched the race this season, of course there was a sprint race in China this year. Now I kind of just skipped over that because I normally just get into FP1, then on the computer skip straight to qualifying, and I don't really see that instead of FP2 and FP3 it said you know, sprint qualifying and sprint race. So I guess, you know, for the first sprint race we just didn't attend, maybe let's just say budget constraints, and we don't have enough cash to show up. But yes, for now, going quite well, you know, not completely dead last, you know, all the time, but that's because I kind of set the car up to be better in the first and second kind of a series of corners. Now, in the last down the straight, we are losing massive amounts of time to everyone else, and we will see that during the race. It's definitely going to come to be a big part of the race. Our top line speed down the back straight over there, and as we just make it around the final corner, get across the line, we do qualify last once again, but hopefully some small improvements in the right direction, and you know, closer and closer to getting higher and higher up as Oscar Piastri gets on pole, Leclerc second and Max Verstappen third. So let's get right into race and let's see how we do during the Chinese Grand Prix.
It's time again then for Formula 1 in Shanghai. Northwest of the thriving city of over 24 million people is a circuit that first featured in the championship calendar back in 2004. It played host to Formula 1's 1000th Grand Prix back in 2019. We start a lap here at Shanghai with the long, difficult right-handers of turns 1 and 2, the first of 16 corners that make up this 3.3-mile circuit. The incredibly long back straight provides the best passing opportunity of the lap, with speeds in excess of 200 miles per hour before we head into the braking zone of turn 14. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Oscar Piastri lines up on pole position, and it's Charles Leclerc in P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Norris, Perez, Fernando Alonso, Sainz, Russell, Hamilton, Stroll, Tsunoda, Ricciardo, Gasly, Ocon, Hülkenberg, Magnussen, Albon, Bottas, Sargent, Vesti, Red, and Zhou Guanyu. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out then. Let's see who can prevail today. And alongside me here today in the commentary box, Anthony Davidson. I know what we've got to do before the start of today's race, but what about our driver? What do the final hours look like for them?
Well, for them, you know, you've got your pre-race rituals that you go through. You see different drivers that, you know, some have got their headphones on, they're listening to the music. Some drivers really absorb the energy from the crowd and they're there waving to them. Other drivers, they go within themselves. They chat to their engineers, absorbing that information, that vital information that you need to carry you through the race. And, you know, those pre-race rituals are essential to making things systematic. We do a lot of Grand Prix in a season, and the more systematic you can be, the easier you are within that environment.
So there we go, got the name changed, it actually works now, and as we saw, Joe got a penalty, so we are starting P21, so just a little bit better than we would have been before. but still dead last pretty much, as we do get Vesti, our teammate, off the line, and a little bit sneaky down the middle. We really have to watch out because I'm running simulation damage on both settings, because there's 2 settings, I can't remember which one is which, but as we go across that little curb over there, our kind of damage indicator shows up, so we might have had little tiny floor damage or something like that. Nothing came up, it's just still green, so we should be fine to try and do as well as we can during this race. And already up to lap 1, up to P17, as you can see in these corners we are actually really decent, and even probably better than the cars around us, even though we are running on hard tyres. It's just that setup that we chose, it's just working better in these first 2 sectors. But of course, as I said, down the back straight we are going to see a very big difference towards the speed that we have compared to others over here and over there. And you know, I guess that's just something that happened. You know, I can't really be good here and good there, so I just decided to just try and not lose as much time down sector 1 and sector 2, but that might have been a mistake. I should have maybe focused in on the top line speed down the back straight, but I'm not really sure that I would have just lost too much time to even be in the DRS later on. And with this setup I am, so just finishing off the first lap as we are fighting side by side with the Williams of Alex Albon over here, and we are going to be going 3 wide, if not even, yep, okay, 3 wide with the kick Sauber of Bottas and the Williams of Logan Sargent. Still going 3 wide right up until was this the 3rd or 4th corner, I think. So out we go in P18. So, you know, already doing better than in the first race. We're actually fighting some people, and we are just dead last, losing a second per lap, if not even more. Now, our engineer says that we have taken some bodywork damage, so that might come into effect later on with us not being able to keep up the speed that we are showing so far. But moving on to lap 3, as you can see, the kick Sauber of Bottas just gets a better run out of that corner over there. We try and squish him, take the race line now, and under brakes we do manage to keep him there, but he is still there, so that shows that we still have quite a lot of work to do on the car. Now, there has been a couple upgrades since the first video, since the first race, but we are still dead last. Now I'm going to be kind of just showcasing, or just showing, you know, a couple of updates here and there. You know, we're still last on the kind of graph, second to last. I'm just going to be showing that. I'm not really going to be showing you kind of like the behind the scenes, because I just got it all set to AI, so they will just sort it out, because I just kind of like focusing on the race and trying to build the team up from, you know, coming into Formula 1 to being top of the world, I guess, in the championship. As we can see over here, we've got DRS, we've got our ERS on, but with a slipstream, the Williams just shoots past us, and you know, we were just behind Bottas, but he was just pulling away from us even without DRS, because the people in front are just way further. We have kind of lost quite a lot of time over here with the racing that we have been doing. We are about 8 seconds, I'm pretty sure, to the car in front of Bottas in P17, so I mean, this racing probably isn't doing too much to us. I guess it's just good for me, just to show that we can actually fight people. Maybe not for the whole race, but at least for a good couple laps. As we skip forward to lap 4, going off the last corner before the back straight over it. As you can see, the tyres just going slowly off. Even on the hard tyres, lap 4, we are already struggling with tyre wear, so we do have to really sort that out with the upgrades and stuff. We are still setting green sectors, which is good, as we go a little bit too late on the brakes over there, trying to go down the inside of Guan Yu Zhou over there. But we managed to not crash, which is good, and carry on not too far behind him, which is good, as we get a warning for track limits, and we set our best lap time so far, as we now are on to lap 5, still behind the Kick Sauber, just trying to get past somewhere. But by lap 6, as we can see, Guan Yu Zhou 1.8 seconds ahead, and this is just kind of where the car just starts failing. You know, when the tyres just start getting a little bit worn out and stuff. When you don't have that DRS, when you don't have the correct setup, maybe I should have maybe gone for more top line speed, but you never know, you know, before you actually try it. Now we are side by side with our teammate Vesti in the other red sprint racing car, as we now fall back down to P22. But I mean, that was like, pretty sure, you know, we were fighting, you know, P20 max, I'm pretty sure, in the last race. So, you know, to be P17, I think, highest in this race is already better, and I hope that just keeps, that trend keeps on ticking the way it is from race 1 to race 2 onwards, on to the next 8 races in the season after this. Now on lap 7, still behind Vesti, we are definitely going to get DRS down the back straight, but we are going to see, as we all get a little bit of contact with our teammates. That's definitely not good or planned for. I don't think it did any damage, but it probably did with simulation damage. But as we can see over here, out from the final corner, ERS on, DRS activated, and we are just barely, even with the slipstream, just barely getting up towards Vesti. Just perfect on the brakes. Now you really have to watch out. Really, just in this race, I just thought really have to watch out on the power, because the back just literally flicks out so easily that you just have to really watch out for that. Now I think going into the next race, which I'm going to be recording when I'm recording this, which is just the 31st, I definitely will have to focus in on just being way smoother, because I'm quite erratic over here. But as we go on to lap 9, the safety car gets deployed, as I'm not really sure what happens. I don't really just see, but there was just cars. I'm pretty sure we're going to see a car coming off the track over here. As you can see, what is that? Ricardo. So I'm not really sure what happened, if he just had a problem with his car, pulled off, but then I know he's going in to retire, or just I'm not really sure if he retires. I don't think he does, but I'm not really sure. Maybe he spun out, no clue. I didn't have the highlights available for this race, so I'm not really sure what happened, but all we know is that on lap 10 over here, we are going to make a little bit of a bold play, let's say, as we're going to pit in for tyres to try and see if we can go right until the end of the race, and if not, then at least get another pit stop and get another kind of free pit stop right now, just to see if we can actually try and do something strategy-wise, because I mean, just pure pace-wise, we aren't really going to do too much. It does mean that we are going to fall back down to P22, and we were, you know, running in P17, I'm pretty sure, before that. Hamilton's P18 currently 16 seconds ahead, but of course safety car, so we are going to catch up fairly soon. And on lap 11, we are just about 10-15 seconds behind the safety car kind of line. But as we can see over here, not really sure what happened to Sargent and Ricardo, but I'm pretty sure they were just right on the safety car limit, and well, I had to brake, I had to go off track, and of course, because I overtook under a safety car condition, I get a 10-second time penalty, so not really doing too good. 6 seconds in the first race, 10 seconds in this one, but luckily we avoided any damage, which is good, because, you know, we would have to pit in once again, and we probably wouldn't be able to catch up to the safety car before it restarted on lap 12, as we can see. Still behind the safety car, with Piastri leading from Norris, Alonso, Stroll, Ocon, Gasly, Leclerc, Verstappen, Bottas and Russell finishing out the top 10. Now Vesti is in P15 currently, so I'm pretty sure that is the highest running our car has had so far. Hopefully that does change by the end of this season. We are just going to have to wait and see. But on lap 13 over here, as we can see, still waiting for the safety car. Now I wanted to kind of do this broadcast safety car, because it just kind of adds more I guess, to the safety car. It's not just me sitting behind, we can just see different perspectives. I guess I'm not really sure if I should put all of it in or just segments, because, you know, we are still sitting behind the safety car and waiting. But I guess we can now just see the cars warming up the tyres and us getting back control on lap 13, and we are, I'm pretty sure, the only ones on mediums closer to the end of the pack that we are with currently. So just trying to warm up our tyres, getting the ERS deployment on medium, the fuel mix on standard, but warming up the tyres a little bit as well over here. But I really should have been way more on it, because I do lose quite a lot of time right under the restart, right into the corner over there. We are already about a second behind Sargent, or Ricardo's in front of us, but it hasn't updated yet. But yeah, we go extra wide. Our tyres were really cold over there, so I should have really just focused in on just warming the tyres, then just being right up behind Ricardo, so when we get the restart, we can just go right with him and not lose a second's time straight away. On lap 14, as we can see Sargent and Ricardo fighting with each other over there. We try and get up close, get some sort of angle on our opponents. As we can see over here, oh, really bad move over there. Damage on the right part of the front wing. And what could have been a double overtake if we played it well, now has turned into us having to need to pit once more as we have a damaged front wing. Now, I did wait and see for the lap to see how bad it was, but it was pretty much undrivable. We would have just lost so much time, and as we can see over there, we actually only have new soft tyres to put on, which isn't ideal with quite a long ways to go still. As on lap 15, talking about, you know, doing well with Vesti, now he has some sort of engine problems. That means that he has fallen from that P15 slot out all the way back and into a DNF, which is not ideal, as Max Verstappen sets the fastest lap on lap 15, and we of course go into pit in. But of course, with being just angry at having to go in once again, and with less error because of the damaged front wing, we actually just crash out like Hamilton did. I guess not really, because he went into the gravel, got stuck in the gravel all the way back in 2007, I'm pretty sure it was. But yeah, we DNF, and that's it for the race for us.
At last, a winner in Formula One.
To witness such mastery of these conditions, these changeable conditions that we saw today, is very impressive indeed. So a huge congratulations to this driver for taking victory today.
Our drivers are making their way out for the podium celebrations, and it's going to be McLaren picking up the winner's trophy. Congratulations to the entire team for that fantastic performance.
So that's the race. Lando Norris wins from George Russell and Fernando Alonso. Us, you know, DNF, double DNF for Red Sprint Racing. Let's see, hopefully we can fight back in round 3 and hopefully get closer to the points and better place in qualifying. But for now, that is going to be. So if you guys enjoyed, like, share, subscribe. See you guys next time. Bye bye.